Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 0. A bad day at the office for the Gunners. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to centre around the game that just played out at the Vitality Stadium between Bournemouth and Arsenal. A game that Arsenal probably expected to go on and win, but their unbeaten start to the season has come to a screeching halt at the hands of Andone Iraola's Bournemouth side, who won 2-0 tonight. A fantastic victory for the Cherries. A bad day at the office for Arsenal, who will have a lot of mistakes to look back on in this game and to try and improve upon for future reference. But of course, it wouldn't necessarily be an Arsenal game without controversy, it seems, in recent times. And I think a few Arsenal fans may be a bit annoyed about the red card that was handed to William Saliba in the first half, and the potential role that this man right here may have played in determining the fate of the French centre-back from his position in the stands. Yes, of course, this man is, of course, a man known on this channel. We talked about him a hell of a lot. He is, of course, Howard Webb, the head of the PGMOL, who was in attendance at the Vitality Stadium today. Don't know why. Don't necessarily know if he's been at many games beforehand, but it was very interesting when the Sky cameras panned over to him during the moment of the referee determining whether or not it was a yellow or red card to be handed to William Saliba or not. But many Arsenal fans are unhappy about that decision. Some are accepting of it. We're going to be talking about the main controversial moment, as well as obviously talk a little bit about the performance, because once again, referees and VAR overshadow everything. So we will be talking a little bit about the performance and everything of where that leaves Arsenal. And we will obviously be talking about the main controversial moment. But before we go any further in talking about all of that, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section as well. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. That'll make for great, interesting reading, I'm sure, down below. So please do use and abuse that comment section, people, and talk to me on this issue. Was it a red card for Saliba? Was it a yellow card for Saliba? Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling down below. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Let's talk Arsenal. Let's talk William Saliba. Let's talk the loss tonight against Bournemouth, the great victory for Bournemouth, and everything else in between. First and foremost, fantastic win for Bournemouth. They played very, very well. They capitalised on a lot of Arsenal mistakes. Arsenal were just not at the races, whether it was with 11 men or with 10 men. I don't think Arsenal were that great tonight. Did the sending off affect the result? You can maybe argue it did. But at the end of the day, it was the right call. For those of you who have not seen it, I can't remember the Bournemouth striker's name now off the top of my head. I want to say it's Evanilson, something along them lines. I really do apologise. I'm butchering names and I'm terrible at remembering stuff. But it's a poor back pass from Trossard to begin with. A hospital ball, if there ever was a pass to really define that word. Poor pass beyond the back line of the Arsenal defence, in behind. The Bournemouth strikers looking to run onto it. William Saliba gets caught on the wrong side of him and he brings him down. He is seemingly the last man. He brings him down. David Raya is running back to his own goal at the time, so it's not like David Raya is going to get to the ball first. He is judging the situation as the Bournemouth striker is going to get to the ball first. Maybe if Raya had actually ran out to the ball, maybe that might have saved Saliba. I don't know. But it was determined after VAR check and VAR telling the referee to go and check the moment himself on review, which I think all referees should have the opportunity to do so, by the way. That Saliba was deserving of a red card. Now, this left a few Arsenal fans extremely angry on social media. It was actually quite funny to see a couple of the meltdowns that were happening. Some accusing the referee and VAR of being from Liverpool or Liverpool fans and things like that. And it was quite amusing and entertaining, to be honest. In my personal opinion, it is a red card. it is stupid and lazy from Saliba. And it's cost him not just this game, but obviously now he will serve a 3-match ban, and it's very unlikely, I think, in my opinion, that this will get overturned if Arsenal were to appeal it for whatever reason. So he will miss 3 games now in domestic football. One of them games will obviously be next week against Liverpool, which I'm personally a little bit more happy about. But no, in all fairness and in all honesty, it was clumsy from Saliba. It was a moment of madness from Saliba. It's not normally something that you see from him. So everybody's allowed a mistake or so. So I won't go completely overboard on clowning him and calling him out and all of that stuff. But it was a very stupid decision. It was a very rash decision. And the referee was obviously wrong initially, because I think he handed actually a Saliba a yellow card initially, and then obviously upon review the VAR determined that it was actually a red card for Saliba and not a yellow one. So eventually they did come to the right decision. My only criticism with the decision making process is, what does count as clear and obvious? Again, it's something that everybody hides behind to protect their decisions. VAR hide behind that clear and obvious sort of shroud and shadow to clarify their decisions. And there's no really justification or definition as to what clear and obvious actually means. I remember doing a video, I think, last week about it in the aftermath of the Bruno Fernandes red card VAR audio being released. They said it wasn't clear and obvious, so they went with the on-field decision of the referee. So, what was so clear and obvious about this decision that made them overturn it to being a red card? Don't get me wrong, I agree with the VAR 100%. I think it was right. I think it was absolutely clumsy from Saliba. And I think if he hadn't made that challenge, I think the Bournemouth striker is through on goal. And I think he's got a good chance of putting the ball beyond the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. But I just want to know. I just want clarification. And I can't wait to see if the VAR audio is going to be released on this, because I'm very much intrigued as to what the VAR audio may say and what may become clear for us. What is clear and obvious? Because I feel like it was given here, but in another game, it might not be. I just want to know. I applaud the VAR. I applaud the referees for getting eventually to the right decision. But I'm just curious. I'm just curious as to what counts as clear and obvious. The main bulk of actually what has got a lot of Arsenal fans annoyed, and Jamie Carragher was the first person that I saw call this out, was this man right here, Howard Webb. Sat in the stands today, sat at the Vitality Stadium, as the decision is being reviewed by the VAR. His actions are very interesting. He's initially on his phone, and then he's seemingly got an earpiece. Is he communicating with Stanley Park? Is he communicating with the VAR? Is he communicating with his officials? I've never seen Howard Webb, I don't think, at many games in the stands. So it's very interesting that he's at this one. Very interesting as well, because obviously Arsenal fans feel a lot hard done by in recent games by referees and VAR for the red cards that occurred to both Declan Rice and Leandro Trossard in recent games. Both, again, in my opinion, right decisions, despite being pretty soft, but still, the right decision was eventually came to. It's just about consistency and questioning where the consistency lies within the modern day game. But his actions were very interesting to watch. I would encourage, if you can find the footage online, if you can find the footage on YouTube or whatever, to go and see it. Because like I say, his actions are very intriguing. And that's what sparks the whole controversy. Now, I've never seen Sky do it. I've never seen Sky pan away to him before. Like I say, I've not really seen him at many games. Was he there to overlook maybe the officials? Was he there just to take in the game? Was he there just because he knows it will create drama? I don't know, because I've been waving this flag for a while that it's just drama now. It's just all about the drama. And of course, this being a big game for Arsenal, a televised game at that, you know, why wasn't he at Man United Brentford earlier today? Why wasn't he at the Tottenham West Ham London derby earlier today? You know, things like that. It was very strange. And like I say, I've never seen it. And it was just perfect. It was just perfect that they panned over to him during that moment. And his actions were caught perfectly. His actions were caught. He's on his phone. Puts his finger to his ear like he's listening in to something. Like the referee would do on the pitch to listen to his VAR audio. I'm not trying to start like massive conspiracy theory or anything. Like I say, I am very much happy with the decision that they came to in the end, because I believe it was the right decision. But things like this are not a good look for this man. This man is already under increasing amounts of pressure, not just from fans and pundits and things, but from the clubs themselves. This is just going to add more fuel to the fire. And then once again, it's Arsenal. It's Arsenal again that are going to feel hard done by. They're going to start feeling like there is actually a campaign, some sort of campaign against them, even though it was the right decision. But that's sometimes how people and things think. So, it was a very interesting decision. It was a very interesting moment in the game. And I believe it probably did help determine the outcome of the game, because Arsenal obviously going into it with the clear favourites, then going down to 10 men obviously does help Bournemouth. I did feel like Bournemouth played very well, and there should be nothing taken away from the Cherries whatsoever. They were absolutely brilliant from start to finish. Arsenal, clearly, whether it was with 11 men or 10 men, weren't exactly at the races. Saliba then makes a monumental mistake. And yeah, it sort of collapses from there, really. It sort of collapses from there. Arsenal stay in the game. They even have an opportunity to take the lead moments before Bournemouth actually do. And then the irony is that the kings of set pieces get done by a set piece. It's a set piece goal that Bournemouth go on and score. So fair play for Bournemouth for doing that. And then the second goal, of course, is a penalty, Stonewall penalty, mistake by Kivior, and then he's brought, again, I don't remember the Bournemouth player's name. It's gone. He tries to go round David Raya, and David Raya brings him down. Penalty, and Kluivert makes no mistake from 12 yards in sticking the ball in the back of the net. So really, like I say, Bournemouth probably deserved it overall. Arsenal will rue the mistakes, and they were costly mistakes at that. Costly mistakes, very much so. Trossard's back pass, which obviously led to Saliba's tackle, which obviously led to Saliba getting sent off. Kivior's poor pass, which led to obviously the penalty. It was just a bad day at the office all around for Arsenal. Do I think that this is anything to kind of bite on and to maybe say Arsenal are going to collapse from this point? I have no real evidence or any kind of theory to suggest that this is going to be any kind of monumental collapse. This was probably just a bad day at the office. This was probably just a one-off. But obviously the level of intrigue now does go up, because I know that Arsenal have got Liverpool, they've got Newcastle. I can't remember who the third opponent is, but Saliba's going to miss those 3 games, and they're going to be big games at that. So it's going to be another massive loss for Arsenal. They are already losing a fair few players. There was no Bukayo Saka today as well, so I think he will be back for next week, and I think there was also I remember hearing some positive news about Martin Odegaard that he may even be back for the Liverpool game as well. So there are some good and bad points for Arsenal, but today I think you can maybe write off as a one-off. You can probably say, you know what, things just didn't go for them. They weren't great, Arsenal, but at the same time, they made a lot of mistakes that are at least a little bit uncharacteristic of that Arsenal team as we know it. So, yeah, bad day at the office for Arsenal, but a fantastic result for Bournemouth. Congratulations to them. Big 3 points for the Cherries. And William Saliba, of course, the controversy of the red card there. In my opinion, the right decision eventually came. But like I say, the actions of this man is questionable. Should he be interfering or should he not be? I'm interested to know what you guys think. These are, of course, the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. But I want to know what you guys think. There's obviously a lot to unpack on this. So I want to know what you guys think. What do you think of Bournemouth's victory? What do you make of Arsenal's defeat? What do you make of the William Saliba red card? What do you make of this man's actions during the decision-making process of the red card? I want to know what you guys are thinking and feeling. Your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, will make for great and interesting reading down below in that comment section. So please do get involved down there. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch, this has been another Fletch Talks video, and I'll see you speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers guys, thanks everyone for watching, take care, enjoy the rest of your night, speak to you all again very, very soon.